need to be reminded about advanced them. So and then the next lesson will be what? FR or advanced FR, FRA. I think so this one will be handled by Mr. Juma, will be handled by CP Juma. So and then I will be also in the mix because of the advanced Excel. I will also be. So I think somebody is asking, when did the class start? How many classes do you attend? 3 classes, eh? So this is the 4th class. Bernard, this is the 4th class. And then the goodness, we have the recording. So maybe we can share the recording for at least for the 2 classes, eh? But the first class was just the theoretical. So the first class was the theoretical. So every other day, it will be professional. It will be professional, units. Eh? So today I want to ask to maybe I don't know whether I do the recap, but I think since we have the videos, I will just continue. So I want to ask to see on how entering, and then you write entering. So you continue from your notebook, entering, and then we'll be doing something small, and then we do the practical part of it. Yes. Hi, teacher, my amortization table did not get to 0. And okay, so you are suggesting maybe I do, maybe we do that later. Maybe we do that later, and then tutarudia later. Wacha kwanza tusome tusome leo, and then I will spend. But now today we'll be doing something about also dashboards, about the interactive dashboard in Microsoft Excel. So I want to ask to do something small about entering and editing data. Entering and editing. So make sure that you write this. Make sure that umeandika kwa notebook yako, just a continuation from what we did the other time. So entering and editing. So entering and editing data in spreadsheet. In bracket, Microsoft Excel. So entering and editing data in spreadsheet. So Mark, you know that we are still in the introductory part of Microsoft Excel, but now I will not be assuming that hamjui kitu kwa Excel. I know that all of us, at least we have the basics of Microsoft Excel. That is why unaona I will naenda the fourth outline of the business and data analytics will be guiding. So entering and editing data in a spreadsheet. So before we do something practical, I wanted us to write something about entering and editing data in a spreadsheet. So and then we write the data entered in a cell. The data entered in a cell, I mean this, the data entered in a cell is also known as cell data entry. It is also known as cell data entry. The data entered in a cell is also known as a cell data entry. This data is categorized into 4 main groups. This data is categorized into 4 main groups. And then it is very important for us to write, because we are not only dealing with the practical, there is also the theoretical part of it. So it is very important for you to make sure that everything I dictate, you make sure that you write. So this data is categorized into 4 groups. 1, we have values. 1 is values. And then what are values? What are values? These are numbers These are numbers from 0 to 9. Values are numbers from 0 to 9 that can be computed mathematically. Values, these are numbers from 0 to 9 that can be computed mathematically. That can be computed mathematically, full stop. Currency. No, it is coordination. So it is coordination, still under the values. So currency, date, and special symbols are also part of values. Currency, date, and special symbols are also part of the values. So from today onwards, maybe if because of one reason or the other, wakichora some symbols, these symbols also, they are part of what? They are part of values. So the currency, so what I mean by the currency, maybe Kenya shillings, maybe dollar, and many other currencies we have in the spreadsheet. So we refer them as values. They are still part of the values. So, and then number 2, formula. Number 2, formula. Number 2, formula. Number 2, formulae. Number 2, formula. So, the formula, this is a mathematical expression. This is a mathematical expression that relates values in different cells. Formula, this is a mathematical expression that relates values in different cells. And then for those maybe students, when you are doing what I mean by cells, so this is what we are talking about, students, because it is very important for us. See tunasoma Microsoft Excel. If you don't have knowledge, kama una knowledge about Microsoft Excel, wewe hata usibook exam ya business and data analytics. But it is not too late. It is a must. It is not an option. Right? So this is an example of my spreadsheet. These are columns. The columns inakuwa represented na the alphabetical letters, and then we have the numbers. These are columns. And then we have the rows. And then now this is the cell I'm talking about. This is a cell. So this cell iko na jina yake. This cell, it has its own name. Inaitwa B1. So column B and then or A1. Column A and then row number 1. That is the name of that cell. So the cell we are talking about is this one. So this is what we refer as a cell. The intersection between the columns and row create a cell. So let us write. This is a mathematical expression that relates values in different. So we can write something for 30 minutes, and then after which we do a practical thing. So this is a mathematical expression that relates values in different cells to create a new value. A formula must start with an equal sign. All the formulas from today onwards in Excel should start with an equal sign to be effective. A formula must start with an equal sign to be effective. To be effective, let me repeat. A formula must start with an equal sign. To be effective. Oh, this is a mathematical expression. This is a mathematical expression that relates values in different cells. This is a mathematical, that is a formula. A formula This is a mathematical expression that relates values in different cells. Cells to create a new value, full stop. A formula must start with an equal sign. A formula must start with an equal sign to be effective. The formula should be typed in. The formula should be typed in the cell where the new values, where the new value or results is expected to appear. The formula should be typed in the cell where the new value or results is expected to appear. So, and then also we have functions. We have the functions. So the functions. We have the functions. And then I want you to be very keen here. We have functions because for our case, we will be dealing with financial functions in business and data analytics. We have millions of functions in Excel, but for our case, we'll be dealing with some mathematical and financial functions. And then maybe the others you can do it by your own, but we'll be dealing with the financial and the mathematical functions. So what is a function? What is a function? A function is an inbuilt formula. A function is an inbuilt formula which has already been predefined. A function is an inbuilt formula which has already been predefined. Functions are quick to use. Functions are quick to use because the user does not need to type formula every time a calculation is to be made. Functions are quick to use because the user does not need to type the formula every time a calculation is to be made. And then we have also the parts of a function. So a function is gonna have 4 parts. We have how many parts of a function? We have 4. One is equal sign. Number 1 is equal sign. So the equal sign. So ndio utumie any function, you need to start with the what? With an equal sign, like what? Like the formula. And then number two, we have what we call the function name. We have the function name. E.g., we have a function name like e.g. sum. So the sum is a function name. And then the sum now tells the application, tells the spreadsheet app to add or to sum. To sum some range of what? Some range of numbers. And then also apart from what? Apart from this sum, we have the average, we have the mode, we have the square root, we have also what we call a sum if. So this sum if, it is the advance of this one. So in sum if, you have only to use if you are adding only values in a meet a specific or a particular criteria. So that is the function name. And then number three is the parenthesis. So from today onwards, that unavyo ujue a function ikona 4 parts. One, we have an equal sign, we have the function name, we have the parenthesis, and then number 4, we have the argument. we have the argument. And then this argument can be numeric. It can be numeric. This argument can be numeric. The argument can be numeric. So kenye inamaanisha numeric, like for example, ukitumia sum inamaanisha unaambia Excel ikuadie some range of numbers depending on your selection. So that is a numeric. It can be also a logical. Like for example, if I'm trying to solve a question, like for example, if like for example, I think let me just share, and then we have the logical. Sorry, we have the logical, and then we have also the text. So under the word, under the argument, it can be a numeric, it can be a logical, it can be a text. So numeric, the normal, normal numeric, we add some numbers, and then the logical is the one we use what? Maybe tukitumia a if function. So if if you are married, if your marital status is equals to married, if it is equals to married, maybe if you are married, unapatiwa 700, relief of 700 multiplied by the number of the children. So I'm just giving an example of a logical. So this one, so if the marital status, so assuming that this is the column of the marital status. If the marital status is equals to married, so if the data inapata hapa, if it is, because in this column we have either married or single, married, single, and then we have a very large, we have a larger data set. We have a data set of like 8,000 rows. So now in a contain this. So and then umeambiwa umepewa condition that the relief inapewa in this condition. Mtu mwenye amekuwa married anapewa 700 and then una multiply by the number of the children. So we have also a column of the number of the children. And then if you are single, unapatiwa to the flat relief of 600. It is just an example. So that ukipatana na scenario kama hiyo, so hiyo ndio it is a logical. It is a logical. It is a logical. So because tunatumia a logical test. So I think this one you will understand it much better if we do it, the practical part of it. So I was saying, I have an example here. So all of us, we have that data set for the online students. Just go to the data set. There is a data set there. So make sure that umeingia kwa hiyo data set. Let me demonstrate something about this logical thing. Now you know we have the 4 parts of what? Of a function. We have an equal sign, we have the function name, we have the parentheses, we have the argument. So the next thing tutaandika is about what? About the cell referencing. So there is something I want you guys to see, the logical function. The logical function. So the logical function, just go to the tunaenda kwa data, I think tunaenda kwa data. So for the online students, I think you can see. So this is a very good example of a logical exercise. Kuna flash, na mtu anaweza saidia sainiana. Ni wetu hauna data. Okay, so so I hope all of us tumefungua hiyo data, because this is what tuko na hiyo, unless if you don't have the data, it was shared in the WhatsApp group. So in that simple exercise, we have project. We have project 1, we have project 2, we have project 3, we have project 4, and then we have the internal rate of return. We have the IRR. So you can see, you know, the IRR for the project 1 is 12.5, and then also there is another respective percentage for the other projects. And then now there is a condition there. Okay, Bernard. Steve, so unashare hiyo data set kwa group kwa class. Kuna watu wenye wameingia. So Bernard, mpaka ukue sawa ndio at least tuendelee. So you will confirm I've requested the student in class I share that, confirm that umeipata, and then make sure that umefungua hiyo data, because at least tukifanya tufanye pamoja. Umemanage iko sawa. So and then una click your link na hiyo link ya umemanage. Then confirm umeipata. Does anyone want to know the amount and deadline for the CASNET exam? Na mtu anauliza hivyo. 7,500. Then deadlines bado ni mapema sana. Umeshare kwa group? Nasema hawajapata WhatsApp group ya shule. Okay, let me just wait myself. So I've confirmed hiyo data iko sawa. So Steve, maybe wewe hujafungua. So I think iko sawa. Okay, you know that. So for that a simple exercise, we have the what? We have the projects, and then also we'll be doing more about the same, about the cash flows, the outflow and cash flow, tukitumia the same method, especially tukitumia now the IRR formula in Excel. So we have the projects. So there is a condition here. Mwangalieni huko chini. So if the decision rule is that if the IRR is greater than or equal to 10%, if the IRR is greater than or equal to 10%, so the project will be what? Inakuwa accepted. Otherwise, it will be rejected. Otherwise, it will be rejected. So there is a condition. There is a condition, and our condition is that 10%. So now what we do in that scenario, we start with the equal sign. unaweka equal sign, tukikuja hapo kwa accept or reject the project, and then we use a function. Utakuja hapa kuinsert a function, and then this function is what? The function is the if or I have. And then if you wanted to know more about all these functions you are seeing in spreadsheet, kama nimeselect that function, unakuja hapo, unaona hapo chini, help more, unaona, you click down there, and then you will get more information about that function. If it is VLOOKUP, if it is even the financial functions I was talking about, so you will get more information about the same. So maybe you can, so unaona inatuonyesha if function. This function is one of the most popular what? So you will get more information, and then inakupea so many examples. You know, these are examples. It is already in the what? It is already in the formula. So nikiselect it, and then is there any problem? Mko sawa? Okay? Mko sawa?
That's greater or equal to.
Yes. Oh, hujaelewa. Sawa sawa. So it is just, it is assumption. Nimekuja na criteria fulani yenye tunadetermine whether hiyo project itakuwa accepted ama rejected. So nimesema kama hiyo project, if it is oh, there is a confusion. I'm getting, naelewa kwa nini unasema hivyo. So hebu acha, so equal sign, and then ukuje kwa if function, and then okay. So our logical test for that case is what? Our logic ni nini ina determine the project ikuwe rejected ama ikuwe accepted? It is what? It is the IRR. It is the internal rate of return. So the internal rate of return is the what? Is the logical test. Now that if that is the logical test, now ndio tunafanya nini? Ndio unaenda kwa hiyo column ya IRR. The first hebu angalia vile nimetik. No, you don't have to do that. We already have the Gerard, we already have the data. There is a data I hope uko kwa hiyo WhatsApp group ya shule. So ukiwa kwa hiyo WhatsApp group, there is Steven alishare, nimeangalia, nimeconfirm it was shared. So you download, you don't have to type it. Typing, we have a lot of data sets, so you don't have to type it all. Kazi yako tu ni kuwa very keen, uone the way we do it, and then once we are done with the class, unaenda kuirudia. So you just download, you don't have to type. You don't have to type. It is already typed the data. It is already typed the data. So and then maybe your issue persist, maybe let me share my number. Maybe you link up with me so that I will assist you. Maybe to assist you how you can get all the data sets. So now the logical test tumesema ni nini? Ni IRR. Naona nimeselect what? I've selected the first one. I've selected the first one. So it is the logical test is what? Is the IRR. So the IRR ndio inadetermine whether that project will be accepted or will be rejected. And then now this is what you need to know as a business and data analytics student. It is very simple, but that is where we are heading to. So and then now, if the logical test is equal to 10, or in other words, if it is if the IRR is greater than, and then Rose nataka uangalie vizuri ndio one, if it is greater than or equal to, so if it is greater than or equal to 10, if it is greater than or equal to 10, so now nikikuja hapa kwa true, inamaanisha unakubaliana na this argument, the argument with the above argument. Eh? So if it is true, inamaanisha the project will be accepted. Otherwise, the project will be rejected. Otherwise, the project will be rejected. As simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. And then I click OK. So if I click OK now, and then I do what? I double click. So there is some, all the projects may go accepted. So there is something wrong. Eh? So like, for example, I was expecting the 2 to be rejected and then 1. So sijui mahali nimekosea ni wapi. So accepted and then rejected to. So I will repeat it once more. So equal sign, and then I look for the if function. And then the logical test, to all of us, we have agreed that it is what? It is the IRR. So if the IRR is greater than or equal to 10%. So, okay, if it is greater than or equal to, if it is greater than or equal to, oh, I think vile nimeiweka, if it is greater than, so if it is greater than,
Mwalimu, I think you should lock the
10%,
cell E2.
so the project will be accepted.
I think you should lock E2, the cell E2.
Then otherwise, no, I've done the right thing. I've done the right thing. So I don't know why. So, and then itakuwa rejected because, so inamaanisha hii through yenye nimeweka hapo juu,
Mwalimu, can you try the
Sai, you are very right. You are very right. I don't know. Hata mimi leo sijui nimeamuka vibaya. So we need to lock because I've used the word. We need to use what we call absolute self-referencing. A very that student nani? It's a very good observation. And so hiyo kitu inakuchanganya mpaka unaona you are doing the wrong thing, but we are doing the. So we have only forgotten one thing. We have forgotten to do what? To lock. To lock the cell. And then actually the cell yenye tunafaa to lock ni hapo kuna 10%. That was the only thing in Japan. So we lock the cell. Eh? So inamaanisha hivi, what we are supposed to do, if and then the logical test is still the same. By the way, the formula iko sawa. And then now, if the logical test is greater than or equal to, if it is greater than or equal to 10%, so that 10% I'm supposed to lock it. I'm supposed to do what? To log it. So how do we log it? By pressing F4. The F4 like that. We introduce dollars in that cell. So una press F4 and then unaona vile imekuwa sana. Imekuwa sawa. Sasa now it is okay. So now it is okay. So nikikuja hapa accepted and then rejected. Rejected. Like that. And then you click OK. And then that is it. And then that is it. So unaona sasa it is giving us what we were expecting. So it gives us what we were expecting. So let me zoom this. So maybe this one I can repeat also for the because of so one, then that is why unajua tunaandika notes tukifanya the practical part of it. Eh? So a logical test is that we start with the word. Let us start with the equal sign. And then ukishaanza na equal sign, unakuja sasa kuinsert the if function. And then we have the word, the function argument. We have the function argument. So all of us, we have agreed that our logical test or the criteria yenye determine whether the project will be accepted or to be rejected is the what? Is the IRR, is the internal rate of return. So now tutakuja to select the internal rate of return. I can as well select all of them, but you can select also one, it is still okay. And then now if the internal rate of return is equal to, or if it is greater than or equal to, if it is equal or greater than 10%. So that 10%, because it is a constant, it is constant in that cell, and we don't expect that 10% to move. We need to do what? We need to lock that cell. We lock that cell by doing what? By pressing F what? By pressing F4. And then now tukikuja hapa kwa true inamaanisha unakubaliana na hii kama ni ukweli, kama ni greater or equal to 10%, hiyo project, kama project ina meet hiyo criteria, inakuwa accepted. Otherwise inakuwa rejected, because here we have only two options. Otherwise we have also we can have a function, we can have a logical test where you're gonna more than what, and you're gonna more than one argument. So for this one I click OK, and then that is it. So that is a very good example of what? That is a very good example of a logical function. So is it okay, Rose? So for the online students, are we okay? Are we okay? Online students, are we okay? Are we okay for the online students? So if you have any challenge, you just see, so I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Thank you. For the physical students, si lazima, hakuna ile rules yenye lazima tuweke iko caps of water, ni vile tu Alizi unasema aje? Oh, okay, it is prayer, so maybe we call a break for 10 minutes. Otherwise we can use this kama mtu unaweza uliza, as we wait for our Muslim brothers and sisters.
Excuse me, mwalimu.
Maybe you did block. Oh, okay. You did, okay. You look at it.
But now you see,
Ôm sẽ đi sao xuống này là sẽ It's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's one. You have to.
Okay, so I'm having a difficulty because my laptop does what? Does not have I don't think Penta kuna mashine yenye haina i4 kweli laptop? I doubt. Kwani ni type gani ya laptop yenye unatumia? Lazima functional keys maybe imefikika, lakini lazima kuna info bar. Kuna yenye inakataa, unafaa utumie na nini? Unafaa utumie na unatumia, ilikuwa ile gani stick? Ilikuwa ni FN and then una type na info. Hebu jaribu ikileta shida utauliza.
I'm using a HP.
Yeah?
HP.
Hebu iangalie huko juu kabisa.
Yeah.
It is there, it is there, it must be there.
No.
So because
not.
those things you need to have, because those are the things we'll be using every now and then. All our classes will be locking some cells, we'll be making some cells absolutes. So, and then before we'll be doing something interesting now yenye watu watachangamuka. So, but before we do that, I wanted us to malizane na about what tulikuwa tumesema functions kuna how many parts? Yeah, 4 parts. One is equal sign, and then the function names, and then we have the parentheses, and then we have the argument. So, and then we have also what? We have, there were one thing remaining. Tulikuwa tumebakisha nini? Tulikuwa tumebakisha nini? Tulikuwa tumefanya the worksheet. So tulikuwa tumeandika kani na kani na kani. How many?
3.
Oh, 3, yeah? Mpaka functions. Hapo ndio tulisimamia. So we have we are supposed to have one values, and then tukasema values are numbers from 0 to 9, and then formula, and then the functions, and then we are not done with the functions. So apart from these 4 parts, we have also labels. We have labels. You need to know about the labels. The labels, very important for us. So you will be interacting with some labels. So what is a label? These are used as a column or a row headings. Columns, labels, these are used as a column or a row headings and consist of text or alphanumeric characters. So what do we mean by that? We mean labels, like for example, in the screen I've shared, you can see we have the IRR, this IRR, and then the accept or reject, and then the projects. In represent the row headings. These are the labels for the row, and then these are what I've selected is the column headings. So that is what we refer as what? As the labels. So, and then there is also something which is very important. It's about what? It's about cell referencing. So I want to ask to indicate the cell referencing, so that at least from today onwards we know that we have how many cell referencing in Excel, and then what is actually as the cell referencing meaning, because you will only use Excel, especially the advanced Excel, if you know different types of cell referencing. So let us write something about cell referencing. Cell referencing. You can say cell references. Cell references. So, and then we write this. Cell referencing refers. This cell referencing refers to how cell. So how cell or cells. Unaweka S in bracket. So cell referencing refers to how cells are identified in a worksheet. Cell referencing refers to how cells or cells are identified in a worksheet. You already know what is a worksheet, and then you know what is a workbook. This is important. This is important when creating formula and manipulating the content of the cells. Cell referencing refers to how cells are identified in a worksheet. This is important when creating formula. This is important when creating formula and manipulating the content of the cells. There are three types of cell referencing. There are three types of cell referencing used when creating a formula. So we have how many? We have only three types of cell referencing used when creating a formula. So in that the theory part, ukipatiwa which among this one is not part of cell referencing. So make sure that unavaa kwanza unajua easy how many the three types of cell referencing we have. One is a relative cell referencing. One is a relative cell referencing. Relative cell referencing, that is one. And then number two, we have absolute. We have absolute cell referencing. And then number three, we have the mixed cell referencing. These are only three cell references that exist in Excel. Anything else, so here it is not part of what? Of a cell referencing. And then I will explain it shortly or what I mean by cell referencing. I will even be using there. But in fact, we have with us in the world. Your data set during a very good clear picture about what? About the absolute cell referencing. The one tulikuwa tunajaribu kufanya and then it was not working. Mpaka tukamake the cell where in a contain 10% absolute. We at least tukapata the right answer. So log to make the cell absolute. So when you log, we press the F4. You log whatever the content of the what? The content of the cell. Like for example, the 10%. So if I select it and then I press what? F4, I'm doing what? I'm making it absolute. A cell, your cell is moved in a locked in that specific cell. So let us write this. Let us write something about relative cell referencing. So once we are done with the cell referencing, I wanted us to do something about interactive dashboards. The interactive dashboards is all about anything yenye utakuwa unafanya if you go to those papers unaona ukishamalizana kutengeneza wanakuambia do can you come up with the interactive dashboards. So I wanted us at least to do that thing from today, from this early stage, so that whatever you will be doing, unajua kutengeneza what we call the interactive dashboards. But sijui kama the time it because that interactive dashboard might take like 1 hour, and then it is a practical, purely practical. In fact, even I will sit down, you will explain the zone. So sasa, wacha tuandike something about relative cell referencing, absolute cell referencing, mixed cell referencing, and then now we do the practical part of it, and then dashboards. Tutafanya the dashboards. So relative cell referencing refers to the normal way of typing formula. Relative cell referencing refers to the normal way of typing formula. Relative cell referencing, relative cell referencing, relative referencing refers to a normal way of typing a formula. When a formula that contains cell references When a formula that contains cell references is copied to another location, comma, Microsoft Excel adjusts the references to their new location. When a formula that contains a cell references is copied to another location, comma, Microsoft Excel adjust the references to their new location, And then absolute cell referencing. Okay, sijui kama nimeona hii late bwana Jared, you were asking, can you pardon about what? About the definition of label. So maybe I can go back. So label, these are used as a column or a row headings. Labels, these are used as a column or a row headings and consist of text or the alphanumeric characters. And then what we mean by alphanumeric characters, the alphanumeric characters ni zile yenye ina contain both numbers and what? And a text, yeah? So that is alphanumeric. So label, these are used as column or row headings and consist of text or alphanumeric. So we continue with the what? With the absolute referencing. These are times when we use a formula. These are times when we use a formula with cell references that are not intended to change, even if they are. So absolute, I think kuna kitu sijaandika vizuri hapo, hebu turudie tena. Absolute referencing. There are times when we use a formula with cell references that are not intended to change. Even if the formula is copied or moved to another location. There are times when we use formula with a cell references that are not intended to change, even if the formula is copied or moved to another location. To apply this, we introduce a $sign. To apply now, make it absolute or lock the cell. To apply this, comma, we introduce a $sign before the references. We introduce a $sign before the references, be it row or a column. Be it row or column. Be it row or column. So, and then we have the mixed cell referencing. This type of referencing combines both relative and absolute cell referencing styles. This type of referencing combines both relative and absolute cell referencing styles. This type of referencing combines both relative and absolute cell referencing style. It is mostly used when a row or a column. It is mostly used when a row or a column reference is expected to change. Is expected to change when a formula copied or moved. This type of referencing combine both relative and absolute cell referencing styles. It's mostly used when a row or column reference is expected to change when the formula is copied or moved. So, or in other words, let me explain that in a way that you can understand. So, mixed cell referencing inatumika wakati there is a cell yenye one inakuwa expected to change and then another one I change. So either column or what. So yenye tulikuwa tunafanya the one for this project, for the one the data set you are seeing in the screen, to apply the absolute cell referencing. But the other formulas yenye tutakuwa tunafanya, I will be expecting you people. Let me just go back to the. So I want to ask to do something practical. So nataka tufanye practical. And then you get to practical, we'll go to our past paper, and then we do it, and then I will refer you on what to do. So I want to ask to do this. So go back to home. I want to ask to go to the scenario manager. Ataka scenario manager. Ataka tuende kwa scenario manager. So the scenario manager itatusaidia tufanye scenario analysis. The scenario analysis. Okay, definition ya gani ya what? For the mixed cell referencing, ama? Silithia. Unataka nirudie gani?
For the mixed cell referencing.
Okay, I will. So this type of referencing combines both relative and absolute cell referencing styles. This type of referencing combines both relative and absolute cell referencing styles. It is mostly used when a row or column reference is expected to change when the formula is copied or moved. To make a row, I think to make a row or a column absolute, add a $sign before row reference or column reference. So to make a row or a column absolute, add a $sign before a row reference or a column reference, and then adding here press to F4. So I think now it is okay. So I think for the one who writing in your tunaandika, so we need to do a practical borrowing. So I will sit down and then demonstrate something. So nita demonstrate a so tuachane na naitwa nini, nataka tu combine. Kesho tutafanya hizi zingine scenario manager and then pulse it and then tufanye the scenario analysis. We do a question, tujaribu kufanya this, solve this question. But saizi kenye nataka tufanye the interactive dashboards in advanced Excel. And then I will be doing it, nitakuwa nafanya pole ndio at least all of us tuelewe. So nataka to click that data. We'll be using that sample data. We'll be using this sample data. So we'll be using this data. It is a very large, it is a large data set. It is about 700. So ukitaka kuona the size of that data set, unaona vile nime click. And then I'll press what? So hiyo data set mnaiona vile iko. So the data set ukitaka kuangalia, una press control shift and then downward. Una press control shift kwa laptop yako and then una press there is those navigation keys. There is navigation keys in the keyboard. Una press ya chini. Ukipress ya chini sasa inakupeleka mpaka, unaona imetupeleka mpaka the last word. Muko kwa hiyo data kwanza. Pole, haujafungua data. Na yako unatumia gani? Unatumia which wifi? So kuna mtu amemanage kutumia wifi? Hata umejaribu kutumia ingine? Na hii hata ifungwe. So because of the time, maybe I will work on. Sasa sahizi I don't know what we can do. Kindly for now and the rest. Okay. Bernard amesema nishie data. Bernard, kindly can you share your email here? I nikutumia tu sahi. Share your email in the chat. Na nawangojea mniambie mko ready ndio tuendelee. I'm waiting for you people to. Sasa mniambie mko sawa, kila mtu ashafungua hiyo data ndio tuendelee. Ukitaka kurudi juu unaenda kwa hiyo cell, hata unaandika tu A1. Unaona kwa hiyo box ya juu? Ama utatumia the year nyingine ya juu sasa. Steve, tulikuwa tumeandika hiyo data set ilikuwa the name, because mimi niko na practical data set nilikuwa nimeandika Destiny. The data set tunatumia sasa hivi. Ndio bracket on. Bernard, nimekutumia, hebu angalia email yako. Bernard, can you check your email? I have sent you. Okay, so nataka tuanzie hapa. Nataka tuende pole ndio watu wasichanganyikiwe. So that at least to do what to avoid this confusion, I want you to transfer this data. Nataka to transfer this data and then to fungue our new workbook. So one, you will click anywhere. Can you click anywhere from that data? Click anywhere and then Control A. That is the shortcut of what? Of copying, of selecting all. So you click anywhere and then Control A and then Control C, Control C, Control C, Control C. That is also a shortcut of copying the data. And then Control N. Control N is the shortcut of opening a new what? Opening a new workbook. Okay? And then Control V. Control V is a method of doing what? So if you copy your data, kila mtu copy your data, make in a new worksheet, and then tuandike dashboard. Tuandike dashboard one. Okay, so I want us to convert. I wanted to convert all the numerics, provided you can see it is a numerical thing, you convert it to currency. So it means that we have how many columns there? We have the revenue, we have the cost, we have the profit. So we need to convert it to Kenya shillings. We need to convert it. We need to convert it to Kenya shillings. So so bado tutafanya the same. Unaona vile nikiklik hapo and then I press Control Shift and then mpaka chini. Sorry. Hata machine imeweka upside down. Kama hamjaiona. Imeiweka upside down. Tunarudisha tu. It is okay now, eh? So yeah. You are still the only one, eh? Now the new work Excel sheet is visible.
Yeah.
Okay. So nataka to select, you know, can you see how I select? I selected the first one and then unaona accidentally nilikuwa nimepress Control early. That is why unaona nilikuwa na rotate the screen, eh? So it's supposed to be Control and then Shift. And then you select the what? Una click the navigation key, you click the drop down navigation keys. And then now we'll convert it. We convert it to Kenya shillings. all of us make sure that we are together and then make sure that you are doing the same thing so that you at least kazi yetu ikuwe uniform. So nikisha select hivyo, we convert. Machine yangu ina hang. My machine is and then I press control and then shift and then I press that down. So now niweke Kenya shillings. I selected the Kenya shillings. I hope you have followed the procedures on how to convert. I know most of you even know how to do that. So now my numerics, revenue, cost, and then profit, it is in Kenya shillings. It is in Kenya shillings. It is converted to Kenya shillings. Can you confirm? Confirm kama usha convert to Kenya shillings before we do anything? Huh? Ya format tu ya kawaida. Just in the normal way, yeah? Just to use the normal way.
So in this, you don't have a shortcut. You have to go the format way.
We have the shortcut, but what we do there? Are we done? Unajua nataka tukia, you know, we have hatujafanya anything about the interactive. We are still working on this data. So nataka all of us at least to, and then I'm seeing the time is not on our side, but lazima tutamaliza, tutangoja hata kama tukichelewa like for 10 minutes. You will excuse me for that. So so there is a procedures. Ukitaka kutengeneza an interactive dashboard in Microsoft Excel, there are some rules. There are some rules. So one, nataka to save your file. Just save that file, save as in your lab, save as, then uandike interactive what? Interactive dashboard. Interactive dashboard. Isionekane ikiwa book 1. So to save that file as an interactive dashboard, at least unaweza angalia yangu huko title bar, it is already the interactive dashboard. And then for you to convert the word, when to tengeneza interactive dashboard, there is some rules. One, you need to convert your data. You need to convert your data to a tabular form. You need to convert. And then this question, like for example, ukiambiwa tengeneza the trial balance, nini, wanakuambia ufanye nini, and then make sure that umetengeneza the interactive dashboard about the same. So it is very important. So rule number one is that make sure that you convert your data set. You convert your data set to tabular form, or in other words, in table form. Una convert your data to a table form. And then for our case, because you are a student for business and data analytics, you need what? To use a shortcut. So for the shortcut, tuna click to mara moja. We just click anywhere in the data set and then control letter T. So you click anywhere and then you press control plus letter T. So this one we are converting it to a table form automatically. So I'll click anywhere And then I press control and then letter T. Wow. And then now that is what create a table. So, and then you click OK. You click OK. And then my data inakuwa converted to a tabular or to a table. So that is rule number one. The rule number one is that you make sure that you convert your data to a tabular form, or you convert it to a table form. And then now, once you have converted your data to a table form, we introduce a pivot table. We introduce what? We introduce a pivot table. A pivot table. We introduce a pivot table. We'll be having several pivot tables in that data set, in that workbook, or in that interactive dashboard. So how do we go about? Let us just use the simple way. So you do what? You insert, and then I wanted us to rename the data to original data. Just double click down there and then uandike original data set, original data, just original data. So this data, it is about what? It is about a company that tengeneza chocolates. So, and then we have different types of the chocolates for that case. So, and then from there, ukisha introduce what we call, ukisha fanya hivyo, now we need to add another what? We need to add another worksheet. So, uta press, you know how to do that. I've added a new worksheet, and then this worksheet, you'll double click and then you type interactive dashboards. Ama uandike my interactive dashboard. My interactive dashboards. And then now, you know what? You drag. Una drag your interactive dashboard ikuje on the what? On the left hand side of the what? Of the window. By doing what? By just dragging. So inava ikue page 1. The interactive dashboard is supposed to appear in our page 1. Yeah, before the original data. But we are also introducing the pivot tables. I introduce several pivot tables. Let me show you how to do that. So unakuja kwa insert and then pivot table. So but you know, before we do that, we are supposed to do so we will do what? You need to select the data. Unavaa selected the data. So before tufanye nini? To insert the pivot table, tunafaa to select your data. Maybe, by the way, na nzuri kuandika hizo procedures. Kama kuna vile kuandika tu ndio ukishamaliza ibadilike. So first of all, we highlight. So control A, tujaribu tutumie shortcuts. Control A. Ukisia control A, we do what? We insert. And then now I will insert the pivot table. So nikiklik hivyo unaona there is a table 1. So exactly like that. You don't have to do anything else. So I'll just click OK. So if I click OK, I've introduced another one. Another worksheet. I've introduced another worksheet. What is it? Okay, so hey, nimepewa red warning. Nimeambiwa naenda mbio sana kama najifunza mimi mwenyewe. So I'm deleting that. So what we are supposed to do, kitu ya kwanza ni kuselect control A. And then now ukishia control A, we go to insert. And then I hope also you are writing. So tuende tu pole pole, hata ukiandika hizo procedures, there is no problem. There is no hurry. There is no hurry. So uandike. Make sure that kwanza umeselect. Ukisha select, you insert. And then tunakuja kwa pivot table. You know we have the pivot table there. Wajana na recommended pivot tables. Just select the pivot table. Just select the pivot table. And then you click mara moja. So you don't have to select anything there. The way it is, that is what we want. So just click OK. Just click OK. And then if you click OK, I think you can see we have the pivot table fields. And then on your left-hand side, you can see a what? You can see a built-in report where we can generate our reports. So I want to ask before we do anything, I wanted us to duplicate. We need at least 4 pivot tables in this data set. So how do we do that? You simply able to jaribu with drag. So unaona vile nimefanya, press control and then nika drag. So nime duplicate. So I have now 3. I can also duplicate. So I have now nime copy paste. Copy paste. I have how many? Niko na the interactive. I have my interactive dashboard. I have this one. And then I have this one. So we will be renaming these. Pivot tables one by one. So I want us to start with the first one. I want us to start. If at all we are together. If at all we are together now, ndio nataka tu let us work with the what? With the first one, that is worksheet 4. That is worksheet number 4. So nataka to select the country. So you just click the country against the what? Against the profit. So when I press control. So now, kama umefika hapo, if we have to get up to there, selected the what? You have selected the India, the country and the profit. The country and the profit. Okay. Yes. So, and then I think you are seeing what unafaa upate kitu kama yenye nimeipata mimi. So immediately ukisha select the country and profit na tuna rename hapo. Unaona, instead of a sheet number 4, you just double click and then uandike it is country. It is country and profit. This country and profit. And then kama tumefika hapo sasa, nataka tuende huku kwa juu. Kuna place imeandikwa analyze. At the top there, you can see we have the design and then we have the analyze. So I want us to go to the analyze. And then you insert the pivot chart. There is a pivot chart. So maybe you can click the recommended pivot charts. You can oh, it is not pivot table, it is pivot chart. You have to select the pivot charts. Yeah. So tunaenda kwa analyze and then you look for default chart. So you select the default chart.
What work, John? Superbook said God's timing is always perfect. So
Yeah. Because how? So to select that word, to select the first one, that is what the column chart. So just click OK. And then ukisha click OK, we rename, we keep the title, to that word, to that, and then our title is country and what? Country and profit. Country and profit. And then I'm waiting for all of us to make sure that there is one more thing I need tunafaa tufanye before we tuchukue this data tupeleke kwa what? In our interactive dashboard. Country, that is the word, the title of the word, the title of that chart. All the charts yenye tutapeleka kwa dashboard, it's supposed to be what? Interactive. It's supposed to be interactive. So the next thing you are supposed to do is unaona and then so that we make our dashboard equal so interactive, so easily to come is the sum, we don't need them. So you right click and then you hide all fill patterns on the chart like that. I've already hidden. I've already hide. So I repeat, unakuja kwa hizo icons, unaona like there is a place imeandikwa sum of profit. So you right click and then hide, you hide all fields patterns on chart like that. And then now ukishia malizana nayo, maybe turudi back kwa design. Tuseme we need to enhance the appearance of our what? Of our chart. So unaona una select ile yenye wewe unaona it is, by the way, I think that is what I'm selecting. I've selected the style 9. I've selected, but you can select any. Una click what design, you click what design, and then if you click with the design and then you come to style what 9, and then I'm assuming that we are using the same, or unatumia 2013 and above. We are using 2013 and above. So you click, and then now we do what? We right click and then we move. We right click and then we move. We right click on that country and profit chart, column chart. We move it to the what? We move it to our interactive dashboard. We move it to our interactive dashboard. If I click OK, definitely I already have my what? I have my chart in what? In my page 1. Nimemovisha from what? From the country to the what? To my interactive dashboard. So from there sasa unakuja kureshape ile wewe unataka. We can even go back to the design. We can go back to the design and then we do some formatting. So there is some formatting on your left. You can see we have the height and what. Hebu angalia nikichange, unaona vile inakuwa kubwa, nikireduce. So ukienda kwa design. So let us come up with the what? With one design. So tunataka that one ikue 2.5. And then the what? the width ikue maybe 4.5 like that. All our charts itakuwa kwa the same height like that. And then like that. And then we go back also to come up with another what? With another chart. Tunaenda kwa B4 number 2, which is sheet 4 and then a copy 2. Nita click tu mara moja. Ta click mara moja. And then ukiona kama like the one you are seeing, kuna some things ziko hidden. So unakuja tu kutafuta hapa. Hizo vitu ziko hapa. So I'll right click and then B4 table. No. I will just right click and then show the field list. And then if you give right click, imenionyesha the field list. So Mark, you know the first one tulikuwa tumeangalia the country and profit. So nataka tuangalie the product and cost.
Yeah. We've moved it to the part of my interactive that you write.
Yes.
Move.
Eh?
No, we've already moved it from there now.
Oh, it is already now iko kwa interactive dashboard.
Yes, I've already moved it.
So ukisha move tunarudi back to the what? Unajua tulikuwa tumetoa how many copies of the B4 tables? 4. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. So ya kwanza tushamalizana nayo. Hata tushaichukua inaitwa nini? Tumechukua that chart imeenda kwa interactive dashboards. That is where we'll introduce some slices there. But nataka kwanza tuchukue all ni kama ni summary. Tutachukua summary from the data set and then tunaipeleka sasa kwa page 1 ikuwe interactive. So watu wananiambia hapo nimeenda kama nini? So nimerudi back to the what? Nilikuwa hapa, hebu muangalie, nilikuwa hapo. So nimemalizana na nimekuja kwa hii sasa. Kukuja kwa this one now ndio nitakuja kuselect different B4 table fields of which nimeselect the product and then the cost. And then ukiangalia this my data. Hii data sasa I need to perform some sorting. Because unaona kama ile ingine nilikuwa nimeona it was in a what? In a order nilikuwa nataka, but this data vile unaiona it is not in so nitaiselect hii ya kwanza. I will select the first one and then I will right click and then I will sort. From there I will sort it from the what? From the largest to the smallest. From the largest to the smallest, so that at least I can see the cost of the products from the highest to the smallest. So sijui kama imekuja. From the largest to the smallest. Yeah. I think the product, the highest is what? The chocolate followed by the white chocolate and then like that. So this one may sort, Okay, I'm told that I'm too fast. Nimeambiwa I'm too fast. So so what I will do, I will just delete what I've done. I will just delete hiyo. Na sasa ndio tukue pamoja. Hii ya country and profit tulikuwa pamoja mpaka hapo.
Please start from the beginning of the pivot table.
So even this one now, I have to delete everything. This one,
Yes.
You know your request is the command, so I don't have any option. So inamaanisha nimeambiwa nafaa ni delete kila kitu. So I've deleted that. So nimerudi back to the what? Ile ya kwanza. Lakini renaming, this one for the renaming tuko sawa? Yenye turi rename, Na sasa mumeona hapo we have something inaitwa B4 table fields. Sasa hapo ndio tuna generate our reports. That is where the B4 table tunatumia ku generate a specific report. So si tunataka ku generate a report and then our report ikuwe in form of what? Graphs. ikuwe in form of graphs,
Yeah.
So generate a report in a way that select the country and the profit. And then we have 701 data in that data set. So nataka tu a specific report. Umeitishwa report planning. They need a report of the country and the profit. Now they don't want it in what? In a table form. Wanataka ulete it in a graph. Wanataka officialize it ukitumia the column chart to be specific. So unaona nimekuja select the country, unaona wacha nikitoa. So click the what? The country. And then click the profit. So definitely now I can see in my table here, I have the country and then I have the what? I have the what? So it is in ascending order. That is why unaona from the largest to the smallest. If that is what maybe we can check. Maybe we can sort from the largest to the smallest. Yeah, I think it is okay. So the country yenye iko na profit, the highest profit in those countries is what? It is India, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the country yenye iko na the lowest, yenye iko na smallest profit is what? Is the Philippines. So now tunataka kuchukua hii data iko in this table. We need to visualize it. Tunataka kuchukua hii data iabie in form of what? A graph. We need to visualize the data visualization tukitumia the Beaufort table, Beaufort chart. So from here tutakuja kwa analyze. Students, are we to get up to there? Kila mtu click kwa analyze, and then maybe if need be you can just write. Hapo ndio mahali tunakosana na watu wanasema sasa you are too fast and then hawachaelewa, tutakuwa waste time for the whole lesson kama hakuna mtu ameelewa anything. So tukikuja kwa analyze, in the analyze you can see we have unaona mahali kuna tools. So hapo mahali kuna tools, we have the recommended pivot tables and then we have the pivot chart. So click the pivot chart. You click the pivot chart, you click on the pivot chart, you click on the pivot chart. So should I click? Ama bado mja. So I'll click the pivot chart. Niki-click the pivot chart ndio inanipatia hapo. It is upon you the student to select ile chart yenye unataka, because unaona hata niki-click hii unaona ni tofauti. Ni click this one, I click this, I click this, I click this one, I click this one. So for now I'm selecting this one. I'm selecting a different one. Si kama ile ya saa ile. So saa hii nataka ni select this one. Ni select 3D clustered column. 3D clustered column. And then niseme hiyo ndio nataka. So kama hiyo ndio unataka, you click what? You click okay. And then ukisha click okay, the next thing you are supposed to do, make sure that umeiweka the title. Because this is something tutapeleka kwa interactive dashboard, inafaa ikuwe explanatory, mtu anaelewa ni nini. So we need to do what? Mali unaona imeandikwa total, kama tuko, are we to get up there? Okay, so tunaandika that thing what? Sorry. Let me undo. So I will type country. I will type the country and profit. The country and profit. The country and profit. I will type the country and profit. And then ukisha click the country and profit, I think you can see some labels there. Mali unaona imeandikwa sum of what? Sum of profit ama country. Any. So unakuja hiyo una right click. Kindly can we right click? Able to right click, and then maybe you can write the procedures. You right click, and then ukisha right click, una select option here, hide all fill buttons. Hide all fill buttons on the chart. Hide all fill buttons on chart. Mara moja. So nikishafanya hivyo sasa, wow, that is my beautiful column chart. So at least hii data yenye unaona kwa hii table nimei visualize it nikitumia what? Nimeitumia the column chart. So the next step you are supposed to do there, maybe because of one reason or the other, you need to enhance the appearance of that column chart. So to enhance the appearance, we do what? We go to the design. We go to the design. At the top there, we go to the design. Are we to get up to there? You go to the design. And then in the design, tunakuja tutafute gani? Tutafute this, the style number 9. Style number 9. That is, hiyo ndio mimi nimeipenda. Wewe unaweza select a different one. But that is what I nimeipenda. So and then from there tunaimovisha sasa. So kumovisha, we do what? We click on that chart and then you right click and then you move. You click on that chart and then you move the chart. Then we move the chart. We move that chart. You click the drop down menu and then select it there. My interactive what? My interactive dashboard. So ukisha click my interactive dashboard, unaona tumeileta hapa. That is not the only thing you need to know. Ukishafika kwa interactive dashboard, unafaa ujue all the tools of ya kucheza nayo na hizo charts. So nikasema tunarudi back to the what? To the format. Ni click the format and then on the format mnaona mahali kuna size. So and then all of us will agree that our charts in the dashboard in the height inafaa ikuwe 2.5 and then the width it is supposed to be 4.5. And then I hope you are doing. I hope tuko pamoja. So since we have only one chart, hakuna mambo ingine tutafanya. Nikilete more ndio naonyesha more things how we can align those charts in the same thing. So I will just nitachukua hii chart yangu hivyo. Nataka tuchukue pamoja. Unaona uweke mahali nimeiweka. Unaona? Hivyo. And then tunaachana nayo. So we are done with one. Hiyo ya pivot table 1. Are we together up to there? And then the online students, are we together? Watu wamenyamaza inamaanisha are we together? Iko sawa?
Yeah, we are better. We are better.
Okay. Unasemaje? Umesema hiyo tu ni kidogo sana. Unajua sasa tunaleta hii interactive, unaleta karibu 40 charts hapa. So mnataka tu increase tuweke ngapi? Ama mnataka tuweke ikue something like that? So maybe tuweke ikue inatumia inches. So kama yako ni centimeters, unajua sasa hapo ndio so make sure that it is in inches. Yes. Rose, what's up? You right click.
Inside the box or outside?
Inside the box. Inside the box and then you move. Hata ishafika saa 2 na hata hatujaenda halfway. Hii practical sijui nataka 3 hours. So I only ask tufanye tu moja and then nikishafanya moja maybe ni insert the timeline and then the slices so that we continue tomorrow. So tukikuja kesho tutaendeleza tu. So nataka tuende sasa tumemalizana na country and profit, tuende kwa hii nyingine. Tuende kwa this the copy of the pivot table. We select something different. Na tulikuwa tumesema to select the product and what? And cost. To select the product and cost. We selected the product and cost. We can select the product and cost, and then we do the same thing. So kitu ya kwanza yenye unafaa ufanye, una click hapo juu, and then una right click, and then una sort your data from the largest to the smallest. So inakuwa sorted automatically. So we need now to represent hii data yenye unaona, because this is the report. Hii ni report ya what? Ya products and cost. And then cost for each and every product. Cost for each and every product. So we need to go back to the word analyze. We are using we are repeating the same thing. We go to the analyze, and then tukishaenda ku analyze, una select the before chart. Una select the before chart. You select the before chart. And then now nataka tutumie a pie. We select the pie chart. We select the pie chart. We selected the pie chart. So we selected the pie chart, and then to be specific, we selected that 3D. So maybe we click OK. So hiyo data yangu sioni ikiwa mzuri sana, but it is okay. I can still enhance the appearance. So tukishafanya hivyo, tutakuja kwa what? Tutakuja kwa title. So the title tunafaa tuandike nini? It is product and what? Tuandike the product and cost. Product, we are comparing the product and product and cost. And then ukuje kwa that summation thing, you right click and then hide all the charts. Tunarudia the same thing. And then now ukiangalia hiyo chart hainibambi, haikai vizuri. Oh, we have not also renamed this one. We need to rename this worksheet. You double click, and then also to say it's profit and cost. Profit and cost. And then now we need to enhance. Tunataka to make this dashboard so attractive. So tunaenda back to the design. Tunaenda kwa design. We go to the design students, and then in fact hiyo nimeiona, I like that. So maybe I can see we have other options. Unajua you are dealing with the data here, so it is not about the vile iko decorate, it's about the presentation. Dashboard is all about presentation. Naona mtu anaandika message hapa. Oh, should be product and cost. Yeah, very good. It should be product and si ndio hivyo ama? Kwani nimeandika vibaya? Nimeandika vibaya?
Maybe he or she was responding immediately.
Oh. Okay, and then from there now you do what? We right click. Tuna right click, and then I think hapo ndio tunaenda kumalizia maneno, and then so we move to the interactive dashboard. We move to the interactive dashboard. And then students, that is how you do your reporting, even at your workplace. So wamekuambia generate a report about, unapewa data kubwa kama 8,000 datasets. Then una extract, unapewa specific report, and then unatengeneza the interactive dashboard. So tutakuja tena kuformat this chart yenye tumeleta hapo. So tutakuja kufanya nini? Tutakuja kuwa format, and then unakuja kuangalia dimension ya hii ingine. Dimension ya hii ilikuwa 3, the height was 3, and then the width was what? 4.5. So I will select and then format, and then 3 and 4.5. And then now, you know, this is the alignment. We have the alignment. So, but for us to align, lazima select hizo charts mbili. Okay, nimeselect how many charts there? 2. So hii mukishika muzishike, baby, tutarudia kesho. But now what I want you to do, I want you to go back to the first chart. And then we go back to the analyze. We go back to the analyze. And then in the analyze, hebu tuangalie kitu inaitwa insert a slicer. Insert a slicer. In the filter, we insert a slicer. So if you click the slicer, these are the slicers we have. We have the country, we have the product, we have the unit cost. I'm interested in the country. So nita select the country, and then maybe also niweke a product, and then I click OK. So I have two slices. I have two slices. So the first slice is the country. So my first slice nataka niweke hapo. And then if need be, I can right click also, and then I do what? Nikuje kwa slicer settings. Mkuje kwa slicer settings. Slicer settings. Unaona hapo show items, show the item with no data last, and then kuna place ya use the column list sorting. What I want here ni kutoa hiyo ku display the header. I don't want that data. It is not needed in a dashboard. Najua watu hawaja kuna kitu hawajashika hata hapo. So so tunakuja kwa hii, kwa hiyo kwanza mumeweka hiyo slices. Mumemanage kuweka the two slices, the product and the country. So there, if you need to perform some settings on those slices, what we do, one, you right click and then unakuja kwa slicer setting. Unaona hapo kwa what we call hiyo the display header, toa uncheck, toa hiyo nini? Hii tick yenye imetikiwa you uncheck and then you click OK. Wow, it is supposed to be like that. It is supposed to be like that. Isionekane kuna heading yoyote. And then now, unaona nikiclick like for example India. Unaona it is interactive, Inanionyesha tu the population for the India. And then also nikiselect Malaysia. Unaona inanipea for that. But now for this case, it is only, it will affect only one chart. An interactive dashboard, hata hii ingine inafaa ifanye kitu. Unaona hii ingine ya chini? Inafaa nikiselect, it is supposed to affect up to this one. So and then nafaa nikuje sasa kwa kani, I'm supposed to come to this one and then nirudi back kwa analyze. And then nikikuja kwa analyze, nikuje kwa filter connection. Nikuje kwa filter connection, the filter connection, and then I need to check. Unaona kwa uncheck so that all my charts in my dashboard zikuwe interactive. I repeat. Hii hizi moja yenye nilikuwa nimeselect ndio nilete these slices. I had selected what? I had selected this country and what? So wacha nirudishe. So ukitaka kurudisha yote I just select it. And then shift and then select it. Nimerudisha kila kitu nimerudisha, imerudi vile ilikuwa. Unaona? Imerudi vile ilikuwa. So nikiselect Malaysia inanipatia tu for that specific country. But nataka hizi chart zote zikuwe interactive. So kenye nitafanya, nitakuja kwa hii ingine. And then nikuje sasa kwa wapi? Kwa analyze. And then nikuje kwa what? The filter connection. And then ni check by niweke hiyo katik, niweke ka hiyo tick, and then I click OK. So if I'll come back now and then I select like for example the India, everything is changing. I think you can see. If I click like Malaysia, angalia the whole charts, unaona ina change. So that is what we mean by the interactive. The same thing applies to this slicer. Kuna slicer tuleta hapa hatujaitumia, so nitaileta hapa bado. And then I make sure that you right click huko chini yake and then ukuje kwa slicer settings. Ukuje kwa slicer settings and then we remove the word. We remove the header. We remove the header and then I click OK. So this one also Unaona nikiclick, unaona ni moja, oh, hii imechukua yote. All of them, they are interactive. That is something like that. So that is what we refer as an interactive. But hii yetu ni ile kwa ile beginning, so it is not attractive, haina header, haina anything. But at least for today, ukimanage kuweka hata hizo mbili na zikuwa interactive, I think utakuwa umefanya something. So there is one more thing I need to add. But kwanza wacha nirudishe everything ikuje vile. Wacha nirudishe the guide ikuwe hivyo, and then even this one by selecting kurudisha, I select like that. So let me now select this one, and then nikuje kwa analyzer, and then for students this one iweze kukusaidia tu upite class ya business and data, but itakusaidia huku jo ile ku generate reports and then kutengeneza the interactive dashboards. So nita insert kitu inaitwa timeline. Unaweka the timeline. So our timeline actually is the what? Is the date. So nikiclick hivyo, unaona imenipea timeline. Unaona inanipea? Unaona hiyo kitu imeapia hivyo. So where we are. So unaona nikiselect, hebu angalia nikiselect nikitaka the what? The products yenye iliuzwa on July. Unaona imenipatia tu for July. Unaona you can see the product vile imechange. And then nikiselect the August, you can see also it changes. But now haija affect each at ingine. So I have to go back to the country in chart, and then I go to the what? To the analyze, and then filter connection. And then unaona hii haikuwa imekuwa checked, so I check and then I click okay. Now everything is interactive. Unaona vile? Wow, unaona vile inafanya hivyo. That is what I want. I know kuna wenye hawajachua, lakini you know, even Roma hii kuchengwa siku moja. So at least if you do even one thing, and then we manage it is so tomorrow tutakuja kumalizia hii ya the interactive dashboards, and then ndio tuendelee na hii inaitwa nini? Tuendelee na what we call the scenario manager, and then call sick, and then at least we do one question yenye iko kwa the past paper, a scene in relation kenye tumefanya. So kuna mtu amejua hizi vitu perfect, ameielewa vizuri. Nataka tu ukuwe sincere. Kama hujaelewa unasema hapana, ama can you rate vile watu wamefanya hivyo? Ndio sijue vile nitafanya kesho. Unajua nikijua watu wako hii, nitajua vile nitafanya kesho. Yes? Hapana. Una select to one, nime select to one, and then nikakuja ku analyze, and then zote zinafaa zikuwe ticked. So ikikuwa ticked ndio sasa zote zinakuwa interactive. Yes. Ani sawa, watu wamekasirika sasa, wacha naona watu wamenyamaza, inamaanisha ni kulonzero. So what we can do, I will try to repeat it tomorrow. Also nikuwe maybe nifanye pole. Unajua ni mzuri mtu ukifanya hata kitu moja na watu waelewe, unafurahi sana. Lakini sasa but we don't have any option because lazima tujue. Sawa. So wacha tutakuja kuendeleza na hii kesho tutakuja kumalizia the interactive dashboards because there is something I want. I think I'll share what I want kenye tunafaa tutoe, and then from there ndio tuendelee na hizo vitu vingine. Otherwise I'm really very sorry nimechukua time yenu 18 minutes, ni mingi sana. Unajua kuna watu wanaenda mbali. So